got their names down.
Good evening everybody, hello and welcome to the XRL Racing League GP3 division, brought to you here on twitch.tv channel 2. 50% race distance tonight around the Hungarian circuit. Joining me in the bots, I have another new commentator with me, lucky me. I have Ricardo XV, also known as Jake, from the T6 division. Good evening to you.
Hello. How's it going?
We're not doing too bad. We are up and running. After we had a couple of issues on people getting into the lobby to try and find the right horse, but nonetheless we are up and running. We still have 11 minutes of qualifying remaining, and currently we have NMR Mr. Indigo on pole at the moment in the Force India, one of 21.6. Last week's winner, NMR Mr. Indigo, getting his first win in the GP3 division, as well as in XRL itself. So let's see if he can make it 2 out of 2. Tom Chambers, who's actually been on form in the last few races, he is currently in P2. And Smithical now, who was Indigo's teammate, has just taken P3 and a 22.2. So let's get out onto the track and see what everybody is doing. I'm actually going to say I'm bored with NMR Mr. Indigo as he starts the final sector. Just has 2 more corners to go. He has this bank hairpin which takes you uphill actually. It's quite difficult on the exit of the corner. You can take too much of the curve, but Indigo avoids it. Into the final corner. You can run wide on here and get the cutback through on the exit, which Indigo does seem to try to do, but he isn't on an improvement, and indeed it wasn't. So let's go on board with somebody else. UK Dark Predator, who's a new driver in tonight in the GP3 division, covering in the Toro Rosso. Actually, we say covering, he's going to be racing in the Toro Rosso for the remainder of the season. Excuse me. As he comes into the hairpin corner. Oh, took a little bit too much curve there on the inside, and that's really cost him on this lap. Into the final corner, and again I think he turned in far too early there, and onto the pit straight now, and yeah, it's really messed up his lap. And actually his lap didn't even count, so he had a little corner cut somewhere, not quite sure, but he'll have another chance at least anyway. There's still 9.5 minutes remaining. His teammate Samster BRFC, a guy who I'm expecting to do quite well tonight. We'll see how he does coming across the pit lane now. It's only 23.1, which is only 7th at the moment. He's 1.5 seconds off pole position. RFC for life, he is P6, who's F1 Speed's teammate. F1 Speed's actually in 4th place now on a 22.3 as he's just come through the chicane of turns 6 and 7 in through 8, and I think I've got him ghosting. Yes, I have got him lagging a little bit on my screen, but it seems to be hanging up at least for the time being. In through the fast right-hander now into the final sector. F1 Speed, there we go, sorted itself out again. This is going to annoy me a little bit all night. I think if people are going to be lagging and ghosting, it could be a little bit difficult to see where everybody is on track, but there we go, sorted itself out again. Into the final corner. F1 Speed brushes the apex actually, so he keeps a really tight line through that final corner. DRS open, but it's not an improvement. I mean, Jake, obviously this is your first experience on doing a student support and commentating and whatnot. I mean, you are doing the GP3 division, a good division to do it, I think, one of the best in the league, I personally think. Who would your money be on, not only for the pole position, but for the win itself?
I don't really know many of the drivers, but I have a feeling Steve's going to be that Indigo or Smithical. Either one of them to pole, and then off of the race it could be any race. Never know what will happen.
Indeed, well, F1 Speed actually last week lost his 100% podium record. He still managed to finish in 4th, so he's still keeping up a really good consistency in this championship, and he's got, I'd say, probably got one hand already on this title as it is. His biggest rival, Smithical, is, I don't know how many points, I can't remember how many points he is behind, but it's, I know it's quite a few, so Speed has got the advantage at the moment. It's just a case of, can he keep this consistency going, is going to be the main question. Yeah, I thought this track got, I don't know, how many corners does this track got? We've got 16. I'm not quite sure. It's 14 or well, I'm just looking. On some of them it says 14, on some of them it says 16. There's actually none that say 50. So interesting. Very. We'll call it 14. We'll go with 14.
I think it's quite bad, I think.
It's just that where RC Rapids is now, he's coming up the hill in towards what's meant to be turn 4. That little kink can be classed as a corner. So, well, I'm not going to count it as a corner because it's always been known as turn 4. You know, I always remember that corner as the place. Well, 2 reasons. One, where Romain Grosjean made a fantastic move actually around the outside into turn 4 there. Except unfortunately it did not count. Well, obviously he got a penalty for it because he was just outside the white lines. And in terms of XRL, when I spun it last season and I crashed it into the wall. Fun times. But RC Rapids into the final sector, coming towards turn 13 now. Hugs the apex pretty nicely there and gets decent traction on the exit through turn 14. Goes for the middle of the track approach to try and get the slightly more tighter line on the exit, which he does. It's a decent lap here from Rapids. It's an improvement to 22.3, but only keeps him in 7th for the time being. And saying that, you know, Tom Chambers, who's on a 22.1, who's only just over 2/10 quicker, is in P4. So the guys are pretty close at the moment in that, well, towards the front and in that mid pack. It's just looking at the times. Well, John Digweed's on a 21.6 on pole. Then you've got John Digweed, who's second on a 21.7. Smithkill third on a 21.8, and then there's a bit of a gap, and then there's 4 more drivers who are pretty close, and then there's a bit more of a gap to the likes of Fozzie in 8th, RC for Life who's 9th, and UK Dark Predator, sorry, is 10th. So we're still awaiting laps from Ascassin and Mackenzie RX65 as I nearly left the session. That would have been a little bit embarrassing, but Indigo now just about to complete his lap again, doesn't improve, about half a second off what he's previously done. John Digweed is in the box. He'll have a couple more attempts. Smithfield is on an out lap at the moment. Tom Chambers in P4, just going through the final 2 corners now. Very nicely done through turn 13. Hugging the curve on the outside, in through the final corner. Going for the wider approach, trying to take more speed through the corner if he can. Doesn't improve though, a couple of tenths shy. See, Samster is on an out lap. F1 Speed also on an outlap. I think the guys are going for their final runs now. Fozzie is on an outlap in the Red Bull. RC for Life is on a lap in P9 at the moment on a 22.7. But not exactly a bad lap time, just about a second off the front row at the moment. But he's down in P9 at the moment as a result. He's coming through turn 4 and there's a bit of a track extend there at turn 4. Drivers have got to be careful in the race, and actually he's gone really wide at turn 5, and I think that's cost him any chance on improving on this lap. With UK Dark Predator, P10, the final person on the grid to have set a lap time. Let's go and ball with him for a full lap and see how he does. Into the first corner. Takes it pretty well, but went a bit too wide in the exit and went over the curb, and it cost him a bit of traction as I've got yellow flags out in sectors 1 and 2. There's a car going very slowly up the hill into turn 4, I believe it is. But they seem to be back up to full pace or quicker pace now, so back to green flags once again. Unfortunately, I don't have the graphics like Wes does because I just don't have them. As simple as. A UK Dark Predator comes through turn 5 and we messed that corner up completely there on the exit. Into the chicane, again taking too much curve and bouncing over, and it's really costing him time here. And he seems to be a little bit nervous on the throttle. He seems to be half-hearting to put the throttle down, and then goes off it completely, and it seems to be messing it up for him as he starts the final sector, and his lap time is not particularly good on this lap. He's actually now dropped into 11th place, so either Ascassin or Mackenzie have set a lap time that's gone quicker than him. He's got one more corner to go. Goes to the middle of the track approach, stays in the middle of the track actually. Just about getting that sorted, but well, he does improve to a 22.5. It puts him 9th now, but definitely a scruffy lap there from UK Dark Predators. But F1 Speed is now down into 8th place on that 22.3. I know he can do a high 21, but he's not really setting it alight, and he's probably only got 2 more chances to try and improve on his lap time. Samster has just improved to 4th place on a 21.8, so the Toro Rosso of Samster at least on the 2nd row of the grid at the moment. Good work from him there. Smithfield, who is 2nd in the championship, currently P3 at the moment on 21.8. Let's see if he can improve on this lap time as he's just halfway through his lap at the moment in the middle sector. Very nicely done there through, what turn number is that? I've forgotten now. Turn 10 and through turn 11. Just about keeping it on the track, but I think he lost a little bit of speed. Went a little too wide into the corner through turn 12. A little bit sideways there, I think. I think he got caught out a little bit in through turn 13. Nicely on the apex there. Avoids the curb on the outside line. One more corner to go. He'll have one more chance to get a lap in if he needs it, which he probably will through the final corner. DRS open. Is he going to improve? Does he ever improve? A 21.2 from Smithical puts him provisional pole at the moment, and his teammate Indigo has got 4 tenths to find now if he wants to get on pole position. So let's see if he can do it through turn 13. Is he going to box in this lap? No, he's not. He's going to finish his lap. One more corner to go then for NMR Mr. Indigo. Can he get that pole position away from his teammate? DRS open. Very late, and it was an improvement, but it didn't count, and he's backed off, so Indigo is not going to improve. That's his qualifying done with. Let's see what John Digweed can do. Currently P3. He needs to find half a second if he wants to get onto pole position, but he only needs to find just over a tenth if he wants to be on the front row. 2 corners to go around turn 13. Actually, he actually goes onto the curve itself. Probably not something that I would recommend, because it can really unsettle the car through the final corner. This looks like a decent lap here from John Digweed, and it is. It's a 21.4, puts him P2, and he's going to have one more chance, actually, to see if he can improve. Excuse me, once again, I've got a lot of gas. Samstead don't think he's really on an improvement. F1 speed. He's improved. He's to a 22 flat now as F1 speed. He's into P6, but this lap doesn't look like it's going to move him further up the field. Let's see. 115 as he is about to enter the final. Well, it could do. No, nice. No improvement for speed. He stays P6. Rapids on a 22.3. Not too sure if he's going to improve himself. Is it going to let me go on board with somebody else apart from Rapids? Well, Indigo, we know he's not going to improve. And John Digweed has, I think he's messed up his final effort. So it could only be Rapids that is the man to improve on this final lap in the Williams. P8 at the moment on a 22.3. If he can find a couple of tenths, he'll be further up the field. Let's see how he does as Indigo gets well out of the way for Rapids. Good driving there from him, and the Ferrari of John Digweed is into the box. So Rapids through the final corner. This isn't an improvement. This is a decent lap here from Rapids. Let's see, can he improve across the line? A 21.9 puts him into 5th place. So there's the grid for tonight's GP3 race. Smithical takes pole position from John Digweed. He's 2nd. Indigo, last week's winner, is 3rd. Samster is up into 4th. Rapids improved on his final run to come 5th. The 2nd Ferrari of Skassin is 6th. F1 Speed's down in 7th. Tom Chambers is 8th. UK Dark Predator in his first qualifying is 9th. Fozzie is 10th. RSC for Life is 11th. And that meant that Mackenzie actually didn't qualify in the end. And I wonder if we may have to move out the way for him, but we'll see nonetheless. But Smithical has done part of the job he needed to do. He's got pole position. He's got the track all to himself in front of him, and well, it's a case of can he hang on to it. 35 laps. There was a very high percentage chance of rain for this race. I'll double check to see how much it was. I think it was something like 47%. So we will definitely have some at some point. It's going to be a case of, will we start on the wet tyres, or are we going to start on dries, and will the rain come later on? Because if it is going to rain, as it probably will do, then we will need to keep an eye on some drivers that are better in the wet conditions than others. And it is a dry start, so the rain is going to come some point later on. It's actually 57% chance of rain, so ooh, is that going to come earlier than expected? That's going to be the big question. So, Jake, looking at that qualifying result, are you still going to back F1 Speed for the win? I mean, he's starting in the mid-pack, not really where he wants to be.
He's still got a chance. You never know what will happen, and if it does rain, then that may mix up the grid. So I still feel he has a chance of getting at least onto the podium.
Indeed. Well, if the Pied Piper was racing tonight, he's definitely one to watch out for in the wet conditions. He proved that in Silverstone, actually, when it was raining. He started near the back, and he actually managed to win the race provisionally because he was so much better on the wet tyres compared to everybody else. But with him not there, and looking at the rest of the grid, now John Digweed is one who's good on the wet tyres, except last time out in Germany when it was a wet race, he actually messed it up. He went onto the on the tyres too early, and that cost him a podium chance. So if he gets it right this time, he's definitely one to watch out for. Indigo, again, he won, like I said, he won last time out in Germany in the wet conditions, and his teammate Smithkill was second to him. So, you know, the Force Indians had a 1-2 last weekend. Can they repeat that, starting first and third? It's a case of, can Indigo dispatch that Ferrari? But if I was to pick a prediction for tonight, I think actually, you know what, I'll go for NMR Mr. Indigo again, because I went for him last week and he didn't disappoint me, and I'll go for him again, see if he can get his second win in a row. But 35 laps, pretty short race actually here around the Hungary. It's a case of, well, what's going to be interesting is what tyres are people going to go on for the start, because as to when that rain is going to come. Me personally, I just start on the options and just go for it. I mean, they may only last about 8 or 9 laps roughly, maybe 10 at the very most if you push them. But I think that the prime tyres are that slow. You know, you're losing about 2, maybe 1.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds a lap. So it's probably not worth taking the risk. Oh, tell you what, that's much better now that I can have a drink with me. Nice bit of a Lucid. Fantastic. So guys, if you've got any comments at all that you would like to get on, mention, get them on the Twitch channel box. I'll see if I can get it up and running on my phone, if possible. If not, the alternative way is to send your messages through Xbox Live to either myself, XRL Bobbert, or to iRicardo XVI. Either way, you know, we'll get your messages read out, and yeah, we'll see what we can do with them. But here we go, 35 laps. Unpredictable chance of rain in this race. When will it come? I'm going to predict within the first half of the race at least. Anyway, probably about lap 10. Maybe even, probably not earlier than that, but lap 10 probably the very earliest. So let's get out onto the track and see if, well, let's see if the Force Indians can have a good start in this race. And let's hope that we don't have any carnage like we did last week, because that was it was entertaining last week, I think, to say the least. Or was that more F4? Actually, it was more F4 that was rather disturbing to watch. We had cars mounting each other. That was definitely not PG rated. So here we go, out onto the grid now. Pole position man Smithkill does start on the option tyres, and I think pretty much everybody else is starting on them as well. I don't think I can see anybody on prime tyres, but we'll have a look as we get this race underway. But here we go, everybody. There's the second red light, the third and the fourth, and the final red light. It's lights, and away we go here at the Hungary, obviously aka in Hungary, and Smithkill has actually got a very good start off the line. It's actually Indigo who's had a pretty miserable start. Saying that, he's had a better second run as he come down to the first corner. There's 3 wide towards the back of the field, but Smithkill manages to hang on. Everybody gets through the first corner cleanly. A little bit of a jump there from one of the Ferraris at the back, but it's as you were at the front. Smithkill is in the lead, but Indigo's just got ahead of the Ferrari of John Digweed into second. Can he hang it through turn 3? Oh, these guys are going to be side by side up the hill into turn 4, but Indigo manages to resist, and Indigo takes that second place as John Dewey goes massively wide at turn 4, and the Force Indians have actually already got a bit of a gap to the field. John Digweed in third place now, dropping a position off the start. Then we have the Toro Rosso of Samster, who's actually managed to miss the chicane. I think he was under pressure from F1 Speed. I think it was in 5th place. Let me just double check. And indeed it was F1 Speed, so he's actually getting a position off the start already. He's got ahead of RC Rapids. So a good start there from Speed if he wants to keep his car towards the front of the field. But the Force Indians have done what they needed to do. They've jumped, well, Indigo's jumped John Digweed, and they're in first and second at the moment. So F1 Speed in 5th place has Rapids all over the back of him. In 7th place, I believe, is that UK Dark Predator in 7th place? Indeed it is, so he's gained 2 places off the start. Good start there from him for the new driver. Behind him is the first of the Mercedes, or in fact maybe the only Mercedes in this race. That's Tom Chambers in P8. In 9th, excuse me, was the jumping Ascassin, who had a little bit of a terrible start. Fozzie is in 10th, he's lost a position or 2. And in last place we got RSC for Life. So the back 2 have actually lost out a little bit to the rest of the field. And I think Fozzie actually made a mistake there going in through turn 1. And RSC for Life is actually all over the back of his gearbox, but I think he is going to hang on for the time being. But indeed, it was a very bad start. There was Ascassin, I think he's just gone very, very wide at turn 4. That is kind of disgusting to watch sometimes. RC Rapids in the Williams in P6. He's all over the back of the gearbox of the Marussia of F1 Speed. But Speed seems to have the better downforce and better aerodynamic package coming through this middle sector. Rapids has lost out, so maybe Rapids has gone for more of the straight line approach of the first sector, but it's going to compromise him in the middle and the last sector. I could be wrong, but you know, it's very rare that I am. Touch wood. Into turn 14. Actually, Rapids has pulled away from UK Dark Predator behind in P7. He's come under threat from Tom Chambers in the Mercedes. No DRS on this main straight at the moment, but Tom Chambers has got the slipstream on the Toro Rosso, and the Dark Predator has gone to defend right towards the inside. Can he hang it on into the first corner? Indeed he can. So good defensive driving, but Tom Chambers is looking for the cutback. He's got the better traction. Can he get this done before turn 2? He's already pulled ahead. Is Dark Predator going to make a lunge on the inside? He doesn't. So Tom Chambers makes a good move without the assistance of DRS. Ascassin is starting to jump a little bit in the background, but nonetheless Tom Chambers up into 7th place now. Move a little bit further on. Rapids still in P6 behind the Marussia of F1 Speed. In 4th we have Samster. In the second Toro Rosso, John Digweed is in 3rd. He's still managing to hang on to the back of NMR Mr. Indigo, but it's Smithical out in front who's pulling the gap at the moment and doing the work. And well, I think he's already got a gap of the best part of 2 seconds already. And maybe Indigo's got his work cut out here by his teammate, but nonetheless, obviously, it's a case of when will that rain come and who's going to be better on their tyres. But the problem that some of these guys are going to have, like the Force Indians, because they're running 1st and 2nd, is will they have to double stack when the rain comes, or is one of them going to brave it out and go either 1 lap earlier or later than you should, which could cost them. But it depends, like I said, it's going to be a case of can Smithical pull the gap to his team. I mean, let's look at the lap time. Indigo's 23.3, where Smithical is 6/10 quicker on that lap at 22.7. He's clearly the fastest man out on circuit at the moment. RFC for Life, he's down in P11, still stuck behind the Red Bull of XRL Fozzie at the moment. Coming in again for GP3 as there's the battle for 8th is now starting to hot up. Ascassin on the back of UK Dark Predator, who seems to be struggling on this first stint on his option tyres. As he comes through turn 3 up the hill now in towards turn 4, Ascassin, is he going to be close enough to make a move up here? Not this time around, but Swishbone has actually sent me a message. Okay. Well, Swishbone's just sent me a very nice message, kind of aimed at you, Jake. He's asking if you could speak at some point, if it's possible.
Well, I would, but you're always talking. So
well, you just cut across me at any time, you know. I don't take heart from it if people cut across me, because Swish used to do it to me all last season. You know, you just got to get yourself in there and just say it as it is. I think I've got a little bit of lagging going on.
If I notice anything.
Yep, I did have a little bit of lag. I'll tell you what, that. Oh, hello, RFC for Life has just overtaken Fozzie down the pit straight into turn 1. So Fozzie's actually, he seems to be one that maybe made me struggling at the moment for reasons unbeknown to mine, because did some practice with him earlier on, and his pace seemed to be very good. It was matching F1 speed. And, well, when it comes to the real show, where is it? This is very uncharacteristic of XRL Fozzy, I must say. As ROC for Life goes quite wide at turn 4. Might start my corner cutting duties very soon. Saying that the front part of this field seems to have spread out quite a little bit towards one another. It's the back half of the field that seems to be close, and in particular from 8th down into Fozzy, who is 11th. So it's UK Dark Predator 8th, we've got Ascassi 9th, ROC for Life is 10th, and then Fozzy obviously who's in 11th and what is last place at the moment, the only man not to be in the points at the moment. But let's see if anybody's actually going to be daring to pick quite early with the rain expected at some point, to try and get an undercut. I mean, the undercut works like a treat round here. You know, I did this on Ye22 last night, going from the primes to option, and I gained 3 seconds in 1 lap, so the undercut is really powerful. As RC for Life deploys his DRS, but as does Ascassin ahead of him, and he doesn't really seem to be closing in on UK Dark Predator, and indeed he's nowhere near close enough to make a move. And personally, I think this second DRS straight here is a little bit pointless. It doesn't really get you close enough to make a move. I mean, Ascassi did try that to make a move to turn 2 on the back of UK Dark Predator, but if anything, it just cost him. You know, it compromises his line into turn 2, and as a result, he's still behind him in the turbulent air. As both Dark Predator and RC for Life once again going very wide at turn 4. Need to start keeping an eye on this. But the one thing I can say at least we've not had any racing incidents, touch wood, as of yet, and we won't get any. But you know, I may as well have just cursed it, because I was cursed last night myself. So you know, why not do it for the banter? Yes, Swish, I said banter.
Banter. Nothing speed.
But he's doing a decent job actually. I mean, he seems to be catching up to the back of Samster, who's fallen off John Digweed. So doing a decent job. He's pulled away from RC Rapids. I think it's still in that order anyway. As this DRS train still continuing, as Fozzy's actually gone and made an early pit stop, so he's going for the undercut. As Ascassin, is he going to make a move to turn 1? Tries to, but doesn't work out. And RC for Life actually has got a better run out of the first corner as a result, as Ascassin cost himself 9th place to the Marussia. On the inside goes RC for Life. Can he hang it round? Bit of poor traction, but nonetheless, Ascassin tried to make the move on UK Dark Predator, didn't work, and in fact he in the end loses a place, and RC for Life makes his way up into 9th.
Oh, look at speed.
Is he all over the back of Samster?
He's got past him.
Oh, he's got past him. Oh, right, okay, I won't go on board with that then. What I am going to do is read Swish's other message that he's just sent to me. Don't make me come down there. Well, it'll be good. Actually, technically, Swish, you'd have to come up to me since I live further north than you. But, yeah. There you go. As ROC for Life now actually dives into the box, and that's, well, he's trying. I think he's trying to cover off Fozzy, because Fozzy's gone for the undercut. Let's go on board with the Red Bull driver just to see if he has got an undercut as such. He's come through the penultimate corner, gone a little wide there, through turn 14 into the final corner. Gets a nice tight line. Let's see if he gets an undercut on ROC for Life, because I think that's why ROC for Life pitted, to try and cover him off. And there you go, the undercut works a treat, and Fozzy is clearly ahead. He's got about a second, maybe a second and a half advantage. I think RC for Life has just gone too far wide at turn 1. Tell you what, I'm going to go on board with the 2 leaders, because Indigo all of a sudden was all over the back of his teammate, but Smithical now has boxed. So Indigo will take a lead for a lap as he has to circulate the track again. So Smithical diving in at the end of lap 8. Let's see what tyres he goes on to. This could give us an indication as to when the rain is due to come. He goes on to the prime tyres, so they haven't been given the call for rain as of yet. And Smithical going for the longer strategy. Behind him is Samster, and he's gone for the option tyres, so a split strategy there. And behind him, I think that was RC Rapids making his stop, but he has gone for the primes himself. And Dark Predators makes his pit stop. He's gone for the options, but he's lost a lot of time to Fozzie, and well, Fozzie's clearly he's just motored past him, and RC for Life has done exactly the same. So as I said, undercut works like a treat. So the people who have stayed out, like your NMR Mr. Indigos, and in your second place, like your John Digweeds, they're going to be losing time to those that were around them. John Digweed seems to be struggling a little bit with his tyre wear, getting a lot of oversteer and lacking the traction through the mid corners. Excuse me, whereas F1 Speed seems to have slightly better tyre wear. I mean, he has got lines on his tyres, there's no doubt about it, but maybe he can manage his tyres better with his setup. Maybe it's slightly more tyre saving, and that could help him. ZMR Mr. Indigo has made a pit stop. He's coming into the pits now. John Digweed, I think, has stayed out for another. Indeed, John Digweed has stayed out for yet another lap. There's F1 Speed pits, as does the Tom James behind him in the Mercedes. So John Digweed going for a bit of a strange strategy here, actually. Could help him later on in the race, but I wonder. As Speed makes his pit stop, he goes on to the option tyres. Indigo comes out on options, and there goes his teammate Smithfield, who's actually on the primes. And Indigo actually hasn't lost too much as a result, because the prime tyres, like I said, are that slow on this track. Maybe it is worth staying out longer on the option tyres. Excuse me. I've got a lot of gas. I can't help it. But NMR Mr. Indigo now trying to close in on the back of his teammate on that alternative strategy. He's just got to get close enough to see if he can make a move with the aid of DRS down the pit straight. Can be doable, but you need a good run out of the last corner. At the moment he's not quite close enough, so maybe give it a lap or two. And Indigo could be on the back of him, but I think, well, Smithfield seems to be, even on those prime tyres, actually seems to be pulling away from his teammate. Not really something that I would be saying, especially if it's primes versus options on a track like this. As John Digweed finally makes his first pit stop at the end of lap 10. Got those tyres going for quite a long distance, and he's probably going to go option tyres again, I would say. See if he can minimise his losses. Indeed, he's coming out of his box now, but the Force India pairing have already clearly gone ahead of him, and is he going to keep on to third place is going to be the main question. Let's quickly go on board and have a look, and indeed, well, he hasn't. He's actually lost out to third place, and is that he's indeed, that's Samster who's now gone into third in the Toro Rosso. NMR Mr. Indigo all over the back of his teammate Smithical. It's another Force India inter-team battle going on here like it was last week. Up the hill into turn 4. Indigo keeping it a lot cleaner than Smithical through turn 4 there. The option tyres giving him the better grip. At this moment in time, he needs to get this move done on his teammate as soon as possible. With the rain on its way, and with these option tyres probably lasting him maybe another 7 laps or so, he needs to get a move done early so we can pull the gap to his teammate. Jacob, I don't know if you can see, but look at the gap that these front two have got to the rest of the field.
Yeah, I think that I thought it was John Digweed in third. I was going to say, like, gap he did start a long way. Now, that has cost him quite a bit, because he was third, wasn't he?
He was third, and he got undercut by Samster in the pit, so he's come out in fourth, so he's still ahead of F1 Speed. But as I said, yeah, he's lost out to Samster, who's now into third. As I've clearly got some aliens at work here. with Indigo and Smithical, which is great to see. There's the ghosting. And it's just a case of waiting for it to sort itself out. There we go. Back on with it. Oh, Smithical's gone very wide at turn 4, and unless that was lag or ghosting, I think Indigo's a... No, that's me. That's me going.
Oh, you've lost connection.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen.
I thought it would be me first.
No,
No,
it was me. It's alright, I can get myself back in straight away. Thank you very much. I thought there was too much ghosting going on for it to be real.
Thought it would have been me first. That would have gone, considering my connection.
Mine seems to be worse. Clearly, for some reason tonight. I mean, it's not, I haven't got anyone else even on the internet, it's only me. Sky are not doing very well for me then. Not happy. Alright, Swish, have you come to rub it in? Forms L shape on forehead, loser. Thank you very much, Pete. There's the confidence boost that I needed. So, here we go again. God. And Smithical actually is still in the lead. But his teammate is right on his gearbox. So, it's as you were at the front, but Indigo is still behind his teammate and he's definitely being held up. I just don't think he can find a way through. I just don't think. Let's see if he can get the traction out of the final corner. Because that's, like I said, turn 1 is really the only real overtaking opportunity, unless somebody was to make a mistake. But Smithfield seems to be doing a decent job, even on those prime tyres. Swish, stop sending me messages, man. Well, apparently I'll thank him one day. Don't know, but here we go. DRS open from Enema Mr. Ringo. He's closing on the gap to his teammate. He's going to make a move. Oh, Smithfield's gone a little wide. And in fact, I think he's just let him through. I think he's just let his teammate through. And indeed, Indigo now takes the lead of the race. And I've got them ghosted again. And there we go. Sorted out. So it's not fun. But yes, so Indigo now in the lead ahead of his teammate. As they come up the hill. Into turns 4 and into turn 5. And look at the gap. He's already starting to pull out to his teammate. That is the grip difference in terms of these two compound tyres. The soft and the medium tyre that we've got round here. As well. Indigo's making use of it now that he's got ahead.
I just hope this can be... Very much doubt it though.
We'll have to see.
I will either disconnect.
I think I'm going to disconnect again, you know. Because I've got them ghosted again. There we go. That's not bad.
Worse than mine.
I don't know why it is. I don't know why my connection is this bad. But
probably me.
Well, I did everything that I needed to do to make this as best as it should be. I mean, it's been absolutely fine all year, season so far. It's just, you know, just right now it seems to be absolutely awful.
For the rain wasn't it?
Well, the clouds are starting to come up. It is starting to darken a little bit. We haven't got the clear sunshine as we have. It's now a little bit hazy and the clouds are starting to form. So it's on its way. It's just when is it going to come?
Good luck, 10.
Well, yeah, I was guessing. Alright, I was guessing.
Inexperienced.
Inexperienced? What are you talking about? Smithfield actually.
I can tell when it's
Smithfield actually has not let his teammate get away, and I think he still might be in the DRS, and indeed he is. He's still got the DRS on his teammate, so maybe those prime tyres are now starting to balance out on Indigo's wearing options. I mean, he's now been on them for about, I think this is 7th or 8th lap now on those option tyres, so they've seen better days, and Smithfield's starting to reel in that gap again. Up the hill now in towards turn 4. Let's see if both drivers can keep this clean. Indeed they can. Absolutely fine there from the pair of them. But I think it's this middle sector that, Indigo should be better in this middle sector. As Smithfield decides to cut across the chicane there. Clearly didn't get his turning correctly. In through turn 9. Just the accelerations on the 10. Into the very difficult turn 11. The Titans on the exit of the corner. Indigo running slightly wide there compared to Smithfield, who keeps it well within the lines. But the gap is maintaining constant between these two. And look at those clouds. They have all of a sudden clouded over, and the rain has come. Within one lap of you saying that to me, Jake, it's now started to rain.
What did I say? I'm a master of the weather.
Well, yeah, but Michael is Shadowhunter is known as XRL Weatherman. You can't take that away from him.
So he's XRL scaffolding.
No, he's not scaffolding anymore. He's now XRL Weatherman. Because he doesn't have the scaffolding anymore. That's why we don't say it. You know, he's now XRL Weatherman.
He hasn't told me nothing about this.
Maybe he was trying to keep it away from you. But guys, the rain is now starting to fall. Indigo is pulling up that it's better to be on the option tyres if the rain was starting to come, and Smithfield seems to be losing time. F1 Speed is now up into 3rd place. He's ahead of Samster, I think, as you mentioned earlier, Jake, and so he's on for another podium. Can he keep it? We're only at half race distance. Samster is 4th. John Digweed is down to 5th, so these 3 drivers very close for the final podium paying position. Behind them in 6th, there's another battle going on. We've got RC Rapids in 6th place. He's got Tom Chambers, I believe that is, in 7th. Indeed it is, both on the prime tyre. Then we have RSC for Life in 8th, who's got a scassing all over his tail. He's in 9th. And then we've got Fozzie in 10th, who I think's on very brand new option tyres, and I think going for that undercut now has cost him. Then we've got RSC for Life in 11th place, who's... Oh, sorry, that's Dark Predator. My apologies, he's already out on intermediates, and oh, he's nearly lost it off the curb at turn 4. He nearly did a me last season. He's clearly pitted too early. He's pitted far too early. He's sliding all over. I mean, the rain is coming down heavy. Yes, there's no guarantee. There's no doubt about that. But he is really, really struggling. See if Fozzie's going to be diving into the box on this lap. Indeed he is. So Fozzie in 10th place, he's got nothing to lose. He's going for, well, see if he can gain some time on those in front with this rain coming down very heavy. Indeed, there go the intermediate tyres on that Red Bull. He's going to come out ahead of Dark Predator, so he's still going to be in 10th place. But he's going to be well off the back of the rest of them. Let's see how Skassin can take turn 4. Oh, runs very wide, and the grip has certainly gone now. I think on these tyres, yeah, RC for Life is starting to slide all over the place. Tom Chambers falling off rapids for P6 a little bit. I think most drivers are going to be boxed in this lap, but the Force Indians have got a big decision to make here. They're 1 and 2, and there's nowhere near a big enough gap for them both to come in at the same time. Indigo gets first call, and he goes into the box. So Smithical has to stay out for another lap. He has no choice. He has to keep on going for at least another lap, and that could cost him actually. So behind them, F1 Speed is into the box. Samster and John Digweed are all in as well. This could actually benefit John Digweed. He's right behind Samster, and we know what this game is like when it comes to pit stops. And I think John Digweed is going. he'll come out ahead of Samster if I won't be mistaken. And I was right, there you go. John Digweed is now up into 4th because the Toro Rosso being further down the pit lane has to wait the Ferrari to go through. So John Digweed takes 4th, what is now 4th place. And I don't think Samster is going to be very happy at all about that one. That's one thing that needs to get sorted on this game, pit stop. Well, there's a very long list of things that need to get sorted on this game, but we don't have time for that. We've only got another 17 laps to go, including this one, and we could be here forever. Just going to go a little bit further back because Samson made a mistake. Got RSC Rapids now out on Inters. It's him and Tom James have both gone very wide at turn 4. RSC Life is now in. He's still in 8th place, trying to fend off Escas in the Ferrari, and indeed actually he's pulled a little bit of a gap. And I will apologise now for the next few laps for the viewers. I'm going to be watching RSC for Life on his corner cutting. So for the next, well, from lap 20 to 22, at least you'll be watching how he goes. As I think Smithical actually is now into the box. And let's see how much time he has lost compared to everyone around him. And well, his teammate Indigo's already gone well ahead of him into the lead. He's going to lose 2nd. Indeed, he's lost 2nd place. He's exiting the box now. He's going to be down in... Smithical is down into 5th. Staying out that 1 lap extra has cost Smithical 3 positions. Considering he was right on the back of his teammate on lap 18 when he went into the box for intermediates. Now that he's gone in 1 lap later, I think... How much time has he lost? He's lost about 10 seconds. That's completely ruined his race, and now F1 Speed is up into 2nd, and he's going to be laughing. Probably is, no he was actually. He'll be laughing his head off.
Well, my prediction is looking rather likely.
Indeed, well he's in P2, and my prediction Indigo is in the lead at the moment, so we've done well so far. We're nearly 2/3 of the way into this race now. We're coming to the end of, well, the leaders anyway, into the final sector on the end of lap 20. RC Flev did a pretty decent job actually in his intermediate tyres. He's pulling away from Escassin behind him in 9th, so he's doing a very good job. He's RC Flev helping his teammate out in the Constructors' Championship. Doing a lot better than what XRL Bernie was, at least anyway. Ha ha ha! But one thing's for sure, that rain is starting to form a few puddles out on the circuit. Are we going to be seeing wet tyres at any point? Yeah, looking at it, Jake, what do you think? Wet tyres? A couple of laps time?
Maybe 2-3 laps, maybe.
Well, let's see. RC Fly has completed lap 20. He's done a low 129 on that lap. So let's see how that compares now to this next lap. Lap 21. I just had to do it, see as though Chris and Wes did it all last night. Oh, stop ghosting, you stupid thing. Starting to get on my nerves. Oh, that's a lovely corner cut there from RSC for life. Oh, has he just got into the gravel, or was that lag? No, he did go into the gravel. RSC for Life has made a huge mistake at the chicane. And now he's got... nope, that's me. That's just me losing connection again.
Oh, we've lost...
I seem to last about 10 laps. Lost about 10 laps and that's it.
Connection is terrible.
It's never normally this bad. I don't understand.
I've never done this.
It's no wonder then I probably lost connection last night. Saying that, it was 43 laps that, well, 43 completed laps anyway that lasted. I bet those guys are probably going to be annoyed or laughing by the fact that I keep on losing connection and coming back in again. Probably more of an annoyance, really, because it's going to keep on coming up at the bottom of their screen. But, oh well. I don't care.
Don't care.
Oh, and there's you going to me about going 21. And then you go and do that.
But that's more annoying.
Right. Hopefully, for the third and final time, I can stay in now.
You lost another 10 laps. We may make it to lap 30. Leave you out then.
Potentially. Right, so back on board with RC for life. I'm going to have to start lap 23 as his last check because I've missed lap 22. I'll tell you one thing, Indigo out in front looks to be quite comfortable on these intermediate tyres. As RC for Life is actually going into the box. Is he going for...
So there's a gas in.
And in front of them, so has Tom Chambers. Tom Chambers has gone for wet tyres. Yeah, I don't think it's wet enough yet.
Not yet. Maybe next lap or the lap.
Well, let's see. What does RC for Life do? He goes wet tyres as well, and a gas in. He's gone wet tyres as well. Let's have a look behind them. Dark Predator and Fozzie are both in, and so they'll be in for wet tyres. Have they made a right call here? Let's have a look. Let's go on board with RC for Life. Well, he seems to have gotten decent track. I think I've got a glitch here where there's actually no rain on the circuit in terms of on the track, but it is raining itself. But let's see how RC for Life does on these wet tyres. Yeah, he's just gone completely off it. No, he's ghosting again. Great. Am I going to be losing connection? Nope, it's not bad. That's okay. But it is really starting to do my head in. I even disconnected. I had a problem all day today until getting this lobby started. Well, everyone else has got into the box, so maybe these guys have tried to go for a little bit of an undercut.
Could pay off. Tom Chambers.
Potentially, yeah. Well.
Sorry, that is at 4. Was about 8, wasn't it?
Let's have a look. So RC for Life is still going to be in 8th. RC Rapids is now 7th. We've got Samster down into 6th now. Smithical is 5th, who's lost out. And yeah, indeed, Tom Chambers is up into 4th place. Wow.
Me thinking it was the wrong call. I know better.
Well, it looks like they've called it just right. No, they called it correctly. The lap to pit a lap earlier, and those guys have actually gained time. I mean, RC for Life now is on the back of the group behind. Well, actually, not quite. It's got about 2 or 3 seconds to get in, but it's a lot less than what it was. But the question now is on these wet tyres, will they have to pit again? Or do you think they can stay out? That's going to be the question.
I'm not too sure on how long it's last.
To be honest, neither do I.
Average it's about 14 laps.
Well, I know the intermediates normally last the same as an option tyre does, but the wets, obviously they last longer. So yeah, I'd say they should be able to make it on this one stint on the wet tyres. It's a case of who's got the better grip, who's got the better tyre wear, and who can get the best traction through each of the corners. I mean, look at it now. F1 Speed, you know, who was qualified 7th, he's now up into 2nd, and he's doing a brilliant job. I mean, okay, yes, he did get a little bit of help from the Force Indias, where Smithfield had to pit 1 lap later, and that's cost him, and he's into 5th. But nonetheless, every other car he's overtaken all by himself, and he's doing a really good job. Speed getting it very cautiously through the chicane, and I think Indigo is starting to pull away slightly. If that's to say slightly, I think he's pulled away about a second on this lap. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm yawning. This is good.
Yawning at 9:10.
I know. I didn't even get up till about 12 o'clock as well.
Had to be up at 6.
Well, I had a day off today because I worked all weekends. I get Monday, Tuesday off.
Or you only get days off on Saturday.
I'd rather have Saturday, Sunday off though. There's a bit of a battle actually raging on for P4. I think Tom Chambers, he's coming under threat from Smithfield. So I would say I'd love to get on board, but I need to watch F1 Speed for a couple more laps. So apologies for it, viewers, but I will get on board and have a look a little later, or at least whilst Wes is going through the first sector, because I trust him there anyway, unlike through turn 4.
Owen Smith got past now. He hasn't, he's got more.
I'm just going to have a fun speed. He's being hunted down by John Digweed. He seems to be quicker on these wet tyres. But yeah, oh, Smithfield's missed the chicane, and he's actually got a train of 3 cars behind him. He seems to he's holding those guys up like no tomorrow, and that's helping John Digweed and Speed keep. I think, yeah, look at the gap. They've lost so much to the cars in front. I'm just going to have a look and see what lap times these guys are doing. So, Indigo coming through the final corner, gets the power down. Let's see what lap time he does. He's done a low 35 compared to F1 Speed, who's matched him actually. So the two leaders are pretty much matching each other lap for lap, but it's the guys from 4th to 7th who are really close on track that are scrapping it out, which I will get on board with after this final lap on F1 Speed as he comes through turn 2, struggling for traction out of the slow corner, and it compromises him through 3, and he slid it through there as he tried to get the power down. Oh, very, very difficult through turn 4 now on those wet tyres. I mean, it's bad enough as it is in the dry conditions trying to keep the car within the track limits, but it's a lot more difficult in the wet conditions. But F1 Speed is doing a good job to the best that he can. I mean, he's not currently leading the championship for nothing. No, he is Mr. Consistent. I'm not on board with him like this through this fast right-hander. Just because I can do that, I felt like it. Oh, Samson's destroyed his vehicle. We have safety car. Safety car is out. Samster has destroyed his vehicle. I think that was at the exit of... That must have been turn 11. It was. He lost it at turn 11. Safety car is out. This changes the race completely. And... oh, Indigo's just had lag. Indigo's just had 5-second lag. And F1 Speed is now in the lead. Did he get a penalty for that? Thankfully no, but that is the worst time that Indigo could have asked for 5-second lag. Actually no, it's not, because if it was behind the safety car, he'd lost on more places. So Speed is now in the lead as a result. And what on earth happened to Samster? I want to see if I can get him in and get his opinion on that one, because... you know, has he actually gone offline? he's gone offline, so I won't be able to get him in, but that was interesting. And the guys at the back have actually gone into the pits, and they'll be going on to fresh, wet tyres. As the safety car on my screen has just done a nice little wheelie. Clearly Bert Meilanger has got a mind of his own. Well, Jake, now that your guy is in the lead through, well, no fault of Indigo's own from his lag, can he hang on? I mean, we'll have what, another lap or two maybe on this safety car? Could have a
about 5 or 6 laps.
We could have a 5-lap sprint towards the end of this race.
I was looking quite laggy.
Well, so this safety car has kind of changed things a little bit. It's going to bunch the field right up together now. And the guys at the back have gone onto fresh, wet tyres. They're going to catch up to the back pretty easily. Can they have the grip to make any moves on those in front of them? But F1 Speed is now in the lead because of Indigo's 5-second lag that he got when the safety car came out. I mean, I think it's fair to say that Samster wouldn't have done that on purpose, simply because, you know, he was running in the top 5 and 6 throughout all of that race. You just got to think, what? Maybe he spun it off the curb and he's just gone into the wall.
On the grass or the curb.
Yeah, potentially anyway. So hopefully the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. The field is now bunched up all together, and as I said, the guys at the back are now on fresh, wet tyres. It's a case of, can they do anything with it? Can they make any positions up in 6 laps? You know, it could be a tall order for them, but, you know, for the likes of Dark Predator, Fozzy, and Asgassin, I think, and F1 Speed does have a penalty. I think he was given a penalty for that overtake from Indigo's 5-second lag, which obviously, well, if that, it probably will be the case, and in that case we will get it taken off for him. But he does lead at the moment. We are still waiting to see if the safety car is coming in. I think it is, because F1 Speed is starting to bunch the pack up now. I'm going to go on board with, let's see, who should we go on board? We're going on board with 3rd place man John Digweed on this restart. There we go, green flags are out now. F1 Speed can bolt it whenever he likes, and there he goes out the penultimate corner, and well, he's not really left anyone hanging. They've all managed to, well, you can't really overtake on this game for some reason, even when that happens, but nonetheless, here we go, racing once again, 6 laps to go. And actually F1 Speed has pulled a little bit of a gap to NMR Mr. Indigo, and he's got to be looking at his moves for John Digweed. But look at the spray that's being kicked up. It's going to be so difficult to see where the braking markers are for these drivers as they come down into the heavy braking zones, for you know, of turn 1 in particular, in through turn 2. Everyone seems to be in the single file now. I don't think anyone's gained any positions as of yet. So the top 3 are as you were. We've got Tom Chambers in P4. He has Smithical behind him in 5th place. Oh my god, excuse me. Rapids is in 6th. Oh, Smithical made a little bit of a mistake there, and Rapids nearly capitalised on that through turn 4. In 7th we have RFC for life. So everyone now that's still in this race will score points because of Samster's vehicle destruction. RFC for life just completely missing the chicane on this particular lap. I mean, he is on these fresh, I think he's one of these people who's on these fresh wet tyres. And I think the 3 cars behind him are as well. But as I said, it's a case of even in this turbulent air, can he do anything about it? He's made a mistake though on Escassin. He's going to have a move on him into turn 12. But no, RC for Life much later on the brakes, and he keeps the position. So good defensive driving there from RC for Life, but he's got to look out there. Another mistake, and Escassin won't keep him waiting. But the Toro Rosso there, UK Dark Predator now on the inside of turn 13 on Escassin. Side by side nearly, but Escassin hangs it on through the final corner. Can Dark Predator get the traction? Because Escassin's gone wide, and indeed here he goes. Dark Predator side by side with the Ferrari driver down the pit straight. The battle for P8, and Dark Predator is clearly ahead into the braking zone. He can force Escassin wide a little bit. Indeed he does do that, so great driving there from UK Dark Predator. He moves up into 8th place. RC for Life starting to drop off the back actually of RC Rapids, who in turn actually now is dropping off the back of Smithical in P5. He's still looking at the back of the Mercedes of Tom Chambers. But the front 5 are actually, well, actually front 6, because the Rapids is now back. Oh, Tom Chambers has made a mistake! Or is that lag? Or has he made a mistake? I don't know. I think he has made a mistake. Smithical isn't to 4th. I think he just went a bit too wide at turn 5. And Smithical took full advantage, and now he can set his sights now on catching the Ferrari of John Digweed for 3rd place. Smithical is not going to be happy with the fact that he and his teammate won 2 in this race in the early stages, but the interchangeable conditions have cost him and his teammate potentially a 1-2 finish because of Indigo's 5-second lag, and F1 Speed has capitalised on this. He still leads as he circulates to complete their 31st lap. 4 laps to go. Can F1 Speed hang on for another victory? I think Jake certainly wants them to hang on, because that's his prediction anyway. Be a good way to give you your first bet, your first prediction, and it's right. How about that? Ooh, I think Smith's just outbroke himself into turn 1. Indeed he has, and look at this train of cars from Smithical down to the back of the field. This is absolutely, oh my. Actually now it's spread out a little bit, but it looked significant. Why am I yawning? It looks significantly closer than what it did before, but I think RSC for Life is coming under threat from UK Dark Predator. Indeed he is. RSC for Life struggling on these, even on these wet tyres. Oh, Dark Predator's gone a little wide at turn 4. Scassin was not close enough to take advantage of it this time around, but I think, as I said, yeah, RSC for Life seems to be struggling, and it's the guys behind him who have got the better cover. Oh, Dark Predator cut the chicane. Cypher glitch. Oh dearie me. Well, that was Dark Predator's own mistake there. He cut the chicane, he tried to go for an overtake that he shouldn't have gone for, and that's cost him. Now he's down into, well, he's now down into 10th. So Fozzie's moved up into 9th. RSC for Life has actually gone down to 8th, so Scassin's taken 2 places from that. He's now into 7th after that sloppy error there. Rapids trying to catch on to the back of Tom Chambers for 5th place, but Smithical has actually why does it say that the DRS flap is available for Smithical on my screen?
Got something wrong there.
Clearly something wrong. Is this game on drugs? Tell me, because I'd like to know.
What Codemasters?
Yeah, it's Codemasters, isn't it? It's a pile of beep. But yeah.
Well, actually, you're allowed to say that because it's after 9 o'clock.
Two and a half laps remaining in this GP3 division in the Hungarian Grand Prix. The front, is it going to be more the front 4 now? Yeah, the front 4 have got a bit of a gap to the rest of the field. Well, F1 Speed's lead is not increasing at this particular moment in time. Indigo is trying to catch up onto him, but at the same time John Digweed is getting up and in, but he's gone a little wide through turn 12, and that allows Smithical to close back in on him once again. Behind him is Tom James in 5th. He's got a bit of a gap to Rapids in 6th. He's got to look in his mates for a Skassin now, who seems to have picked up his pace on those fresh wet tyres. He's now into 7th. Oh, Smithfield turning far too early for that final corner. Had to go to the left a little bit and then turn back into again. It's cost him a bit of time, but still, well, there's a little bit of a gap starting to appear everywhere through down the field. It's the front 4 that are actually now the closest on track as John Digweed goes wide at turn 1. Got to a lot of wheel spin on the curb. Smithfield now, can he smell a podium here? Can he get ahead of that Ferrari? John Digweed trying to hang on with just under 2 laps remaining now as they come up the hill for the penultimate time in towards turn 4. Smithfield cutting it a little bit. I think he realised that and he slowed right down actually to show that he didn't gain an advantage. So good driving there from Smithfield in the end, but that allows John Digweed to pull away slightly. Through turn 11 now, and Smithfield still can't catch up. And in effect, if anything, it looks like Tom James is closing in on the back of him, and he's dragging on RC Rapids, who in turn is bringing a Skassin into play. So everyone seems to be in some sort of a simultaneous line here, and it doesn't really look like there's going to be any overtaking at all, unless somebody makes a huge mistake. F1 Speed still leads this race. He has 1 lap to go to gain another victory in this season. Can he hang on to it? He's just got to keep it clean on this final lap. I think there's a battle going on for P9. I think, well, it's going to be UK and Dark Predator, and I'm going to probably guess at Fozzie. I'm going to have a look. So there's Rapids in 6th, who cuts turn 1. Skassin in 7th indeed. So it's RC5 who's 8th, and Fozzie, who is struggling on these wet tyres, he's in 9th. Maybe he made a mistake somewhere, and, well, as I said, he's got Dark Predator now all over his gearbox. These two are far off the back of the rest of the field. But out in front, F1 Speed has completed the first sector of the 5 time. Oh, has he gone wide? Oh, he went a little wide there. That's cost him. Can Indigo take advantage from this? John Digweed's gone wide at turn 5. Let's get on board with Smithfield. Smithfield, is he going to have a look into the chicane? And he's side by side. Oh, he's just had to pull back behind him. Small chance there for Smithfield, but rather not take the risk and dive bomb and cost both their races. So wise thinking there, but he's got a much better run through this middle sector than John Digweed. Is he going to be side through turn 10 into turn 11? Can Smithfield get this done on the inside? No, John Digweed just about hanging on. Is he going to go on the inside into turn 12? He's thinking about it, but no, John Digweed slams the door. I was thinking of Slumdog Millionaire. Slams the door right shut. 1 corner to go for F1 Speed to take another victory. Can Smithfield get this 3rd place from John Digweed? He's going to try on the inside, but no, it's just not going to work. F1 Speed takes another victory. Indigo claims 2nd place. John Digweed just hangs on for 3rd. Smithfield is 4th. And Fozzie actually in the end got overtaken by Dark Predator on the final lap. And in fact, Fozzie's coasting. He's coasting in 8th gear. So there you go. Obviously F1 Speed's down into 8th because of that 10-second penalty, but that will more than likely be removed if it was down to him overtaking when the safety car came out and Indigo getting his lag spike. But we'll get the top 3 into the box, get their thoughts and opinions on this race. If I can find everybody. You know, what's the best they probably can't even connect? Though.
Oh, what do you expect? With your connection.
Yes, I know.
Quite equally bad.
Well, we're not fighting to see whose is worst.
Mine is definitely.
Oh, I don't know. Well, Wes at least has managed to connect. Right, you can stop laughing. whilst we wait for the other three guys, well, I say three, well, there's John Digweed. We'll wait for Indigo now to come in. And then, well, I've just invited him again, but then unless he is, so here we go, guys. We have our top three in the box with us now. F1 Speed. Firstly, I will just ask, and I'm probably going to guess this is correctly, but you got your 10-second penalty in regards to overtaking Indigo when he got his lag. Yep, yeah. Thought so. I'm too good for this. Look, Indigo, as much as I'd like you to have the win, even though you were my prediction again tonight, but... there we go. There we go. It's been brilliant tonight, hasn't it? It's been good.
See, what I read about Roberts was lagging out that race, and then the lag helped. It helped me. At first it screwed me by giving a place away, and then it helped me by giving it back.
Cool.
Can't believe it.
Well, let's get this underway before anything else happens again. Do you know what? I'm not even getting back into the lobby actually looking at it. I'm still on the loading screen. But anyway, so F1 Speed, we'll go over to you. Another win this season. A little, I would say, very fortunate to get the win today, but nonetheless, it was a great drive. You know, from the mid pack to come and finish in first place. Just give us your thoughts.
That was really hard. Because I don't know how I did it, but I got a good start and I passed two people straight away on the first corner. And then I tried getting the rhythm with Rapids behind and then suddenly pull away. But I think it was Smithical I needed the pass and I was gaining on him a little bit. And then I couldn't get him for DRS, so I had to wait for him to make a mistake, which he did at the chicane. So I managed to get through there and then I think I undercut John Digweed, which helped, and then had to repass Smithical again, and then Dapster got held up or whatever in the pits due to them being teammates, and then the lag helped me get first.
Indeed, well obviously, yeah, Smithical had to do an extra lap on his prime tyres just because him and Indigo were 1 and 2 at that point when the rain started to come down, and obviously that cost him. It lost him 3 places and it gained you up a few positions, and well, as I said, you know, you had a very consistent drive tonight, Wes. You know, probably, you know, you deserved at least a podium, I think, tonight. As if you had got the win by pure overtake on Indigo is another question, but still, it's 25 more points to your, 25 more points towards your championship, and it increases your lead at the top. And do you think you've already got one hand on the title?
That would put the gap to 48, so it's a nice margin.
Well, going into Spa next week, what do you think? Can you think you can keep this consistency running?
No, the gap will go down to like 25 or 23.
So you're thinking he's going to win and you're not going to crash? Ryan's not in this. Ryan's not racing. All right.
Ryan doesn't need to be there. He doesn't need to be there. It will be Indigo.
It'll be Indigo list.
Teammates helping teammates.
Get my revenge.
Well, very well done to you, Wes. Indigo, let's go over to you. Obviously, you know, you had a very decent qualifying. You know, starting. Excuse me. I was just about to burp then. It's gone now. Yeah, starting P3 on the grid and getting the move done early on John Digweed to get you up into second place. You know, the Force Indians were looking very strong. And obviously then when you did eventually take the lead on your teammate by doing an alternative strategy, you know, I honestly thought that the win was in the bag for you, but Codemasters definitely thought, you know, he can't have 2 wins in a row. We're not going to allow this.
Absolutely. I can't believe. I mean, if it had done it at the start, I'd have been fine because we were like, I think we were like 6 seconds ahead or something. But obviously the rain didn't help when we're 1 and 2. Like we were talking, and he said that the primes were okay for like 1 more lap. But
no, I think Smithical lost about 10 seconds, starting out that 1 extra lap. He went from, you know, from 2nd down into 5th.
It was alright, like half sector 2.
Jeez.
Just half a lap.
But yeah, obviously, you know, that meant you didn't, you know, you kept your lead, obviously, until that safety car did come out. And then, obviously, as soon as it came out, that was when you had your 5-second lag and you fell down to 2nd. And obviously, as we know, it is difficult to overtake on this track as it is without DRS. Well, with DRS, so without it, it's even more difficult in the wet conditions. And I guess, you know, well, second place is still 18 points for you. You know, 2 very good results. But do you think it's more of you've lost 7 points tonight?
Definitely. I think it was like a 3-second gap, like held.
Yeah.
For like 5 minutes.
Well,
But
it is unfortunate, Indigo,
the rest of the
obviously.
season is now helping Smith to win it.
Yeah, teammates to help it. At least, well, yeah, 2 very quick teammates at least in Force India. So obviously you can help one another out. But still, well done on coming second, Indigo. And John Digweed, you know, after your struggles last week in Germany, you know, you seem to be eyeing up a podium there. And obviously the strategy and coming in early did you no good, and you fell down the field. But you called it right tonight, at least on the wet conditions, and third place. You know, it's a podium. Are you happy with the result? He's actually said to me his mic's not working.
I'm gonna take it as a yes.
Well, yeah, I'd probably say I'd be happy. Just, well, John, just send me a quick message, you know, just simply saying, you know, how your race went, just say, went well, or went crap, or whatever. I don't know. But, Indigo, I'll ask you one more question, then, since I've already asked Wes this. Going into Spa next week, obviously, you had a brilliant race in Spa last season, obviously on the F1 2013 in the F1 division. Coming second place, even with that incident that happened on the final few laps. Can you repeat that sort of performance again?
Well, I don't know. I mean, from the start of the season, I'm like half back to where I was, but nowhere near what I was last season. So I might be able to block speed. But
what you want to do is take him out at Eau Rouge. He likes that.
No, I hate that. Everyone's got this thing mixed up here. You have to try doing
I
it
might
in grid.
get some understeer going up here.
Oh no, don't do it, Ryan.
Well, nonetheless, very well done to our top 3 tonight. Wes on taking on yet another win this season.
It's only 3.
It's still 3 wins. 3 more than what I wanted you to have.
Alright.
Sorry, I'm joking. Well, John's just sent me a message saying, went well, just glad I didn't do the same as last week, so that's good to hear. So as I said, yeah, well done guys tonight on Speed coming first, Indigo second, and John Digweed in third. Tomorrow night, guys, you'll have Wes and myself in the box for the F4 division. Let's hope there's going to be no mounting like there was last week in Germany, and hope we can ask for a clean but still entertaining race before we have the doubleheader of F5 and T6 on Wednesday night to final off the week of the Hungarian Grand Prix. So my thanks go to Jake, Ricardo, to cover for in the box for me tonight. Thank you for our top 3 finishers on the podium. Wes on his 3rd victory on the season. Can he make it a 4th next week in Spa? We can only wait and see.